Okay, from yesterday we learned that if you have an equation like this, and alpha and beta are the solution for the equation, or the roots for the equation, then we have this relationship between the roots and the coefficient A, B, and C. Okay? We prove that when you have a quadratic like this, then alpha plus beta is equal to minus B on A, and alpha beta is equal to C on A. And then we did the cubic, and then I said that we also have a relationship between the coefficient A, B, C, and D and the roots, and we call them alpha, beta, and gamma. And yesterday I say, please do not feel intimidated by this alpha, beta business, because alpha and beta are simply the roots of the equation. All right? Because I said yesterday, when people see the alpha, beta, and gamma stuff, that's it. They panic. But now, okay, so you're going to relax and think about it. Okay, so yesterday we did one problem, and today we're going to do a few more. Okay, solve the following questions. If alpha and beta are the roots of this equation, find the value of alpha plus beta, alpha times beta, and then alpha square plus beta square, and then alpha cube plus beta cube. So you can see that for the first and second part is easy because we know what the answer is. But then we're going to have to find a way of finding, alpha square plus beta square. And also we're going to have to find a way to find alpha cube plus beta cube. Okay, and because you are a very smart people, then it's going to be easy for you to do that. Anyway, let's do the solution. All right, solution. Okay, so we know that alpha plus beta is given by minus B on A. Okay, so it's going to be minus B on A. B is positive 2 and A is equal to 3, so it's going to be minus 2 on 3. Okay, so it's going to be minus 2 over 3. That's it. Done. Part 2, equally easy because we know what the answer is. Okay, so we know that alpha multiplied by beta is equal to C on A. Okay, C is negative 4, A is equal to 3, so it's going to be minus 4 on 3. Right? Okay. But now, for the next one, is when we're going to have to use all our creativity, because we're going to have to see how we're going to find alpha square plus beta square. Right. Okay, now, if we have alpha square plus beta square, the only way that we're going to be able to create this expression is by using this identity. Okay, alpha plus beta square. Do you remember that that is equal to alpha square plus 2 alpha beta plus beta square? Yeah. Okay, so we are safe because in here we have the alpha square and then we have the beta square. Right? Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to make alpha square plus beta square the subject. Okay, so therefore we're going to say alpha square plus beta square is going to be equal to bracket alpha plus beta square and then minus 2 alpha beta. At this point we should be jumping. Okay, because can you see that we know the answer for alpha plus beta, and also we know the alpha we know the answer for alpha times beta. So we're going to substitute those numbers that we already know. Okay, so from 1, we have that alpha plus beta is minus 2 on 3, so we're going to put minus 2 on 3 square, and then minus 2 times the answer from 2. Okay, and then you're going to put all this in your calculator, and I want the answer as a fraction, please. Right, go for it. So you got 28 over 9? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, let's just wait for confirmation. 28 over 9? Okay. Yes. Okay, so the answer is 28 over 9. You see, sometimes it looks impossible. Okay, but in reality, you have to use, some other resources that you have in your brain already. Okay, for part 4, same thing. Okay, so in here we have alpha q and we have beta q. So we need to use something that involves cube. Can I write this off?
Just don't wrap the orange bit off.
Okay. So now this is the answer for question 4. All right. To answer this question, do you remember that once upon a time we did something that we call the sum of cubes? Mm-hmm. Do you remember what the formula is? So it's going to be alpha plus beta, and then in bracket, alpha square minus alpha beta, and then
Plus beta squared.
great. And we got everything. Can you see that we know what alpha plus beta is? And we know the answer for alpha square plus beta square. And then we know also the answer for alpha beta. Can you see that? So we got everything. All right? Okay, so we're going to substitute everything that we know, and then we're going to be happy. Okay, so we know that alpha plus beta is -2 on 3. And then we know that alpha square plus beta square was 28 over 9. Is that what it was? 28 over 9? Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's 28 over 9. And then take away, we know that alpha beta is equal to -4 on 3. So because this is positive, this is negative, then it becomes positive. 3. Okay, and again, you're going to put this in your calculator and done. Okay, so what is the answer? Negative 80 over 27. That's it. Okay, and again, this question are very, very common on tests. So if you look, HCC paper, you're going to see this sort of question many, many times. Okay, and these are, in the easy section because, you can see that this is not hard. All right, but can you see that you got to remember? So you have to have a good memory. Okay, so you need to practice and you need to make the effort to remember. Because there's no way that you're going to be able to do this if you don't remember what we just did. Okay? All right, another question. Okay, so this is question 2. Okay, the question say this. Form the quadratic equation whose roots are a, phi, and -2, b 3 plus root 2, comma 3 minus root 2. Okay, so basically what what I was talking about one day about, you know, somebody giving you the roots or solution, and then you have to create the equation. Okay, let's see how we're going to do this. Okay, so the the answers are given, the solutions are given for some equation, and we need to find the equation. All right. These phi and -2 are the one that we call alpha and beta. All right. Okay. So we're gonna say, in this case, we have alpha is equal to phi, comma, beta is equal to -2. Okay, so you can, yeah, if you want, you can copy that down. Okay, and then we're gonna say this. Part 1, we're gonna say that alpha plus beta is equal to minus b on a. So minus b on a. And then we're going to substitute alpha equal phi, beta equal to -2 to see what, you know, negative b on a is equal to. Okay, so then we're going to say, therefore, minus b on a is equal to phi plus -2, so that is going to be equal to 3. Okay, and then we're going to do alpha times beta. So we know that alpha times beta is equal to C on A. So therefore, we're going to have that C on A is equal to the multiplication of alpha and beta. So it's going to be phi times -2, which is equal to -10. Okay, and then I want you to look carefully to this. All right, so we're going to say, therefore, minus b on a is equal to 3. I'm going to put this over 1. Okay, so -3 over 1. And c on a is equal to -10, and I'm going to put that over 1 again. All right, and then we can see that b is going to be equal to -3. Okay, so b is going to be equal to -3. So b is going to be equal to -3. C is equal to -10, and a is equal to +1. And then we got everything. All right. So therefore, we know that the equation looks like this: x squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And then we substitute all this number. Okay, so we're going to have negative. So a is equal to 1, so we're going to have x squared minus 3x minus 10 equals 0. That's it. Okay, so that means that if you solve this equation, okay, if you solve this equation, you're going to have two answers, and the answer will be exactly x equal 5 and x equal -2. Okay, so you can even prove that one. Okay, so you can show that one. All right, so if you are going to solve this equation, well, see if you can find two numbers that when you times them together equal -10, but when you plus them together equal -3. What are those two numbers? What is that? 5 and -2. Okay, let's see. X plus 5.
Or -5 and positive.
So it's -5 and +2. -5 and positive. Again, then from here, well, x is equal to +5 and x is equal to -2. Exactly what we are saying there. All right. Okay, so so that means that from now on you can create your own equation, and this is good for teachers because sometimes we really want to create equation that will give you some specific answer for some reason. Okay, so we can create equation with certain conditions.
Is that how you come up with the equations? You don't just find them on top of your head?
Hmm?
We just pick the numbers and
Yeah, yeah, that's correct. So if
you
yeah, so if I say, okay, I really want to give this equation, but I want these two solutions. I want the solution to be -1 and 3, for example. Okay, and then I create the equation, and then I say, okay, solve the equation, but I already know what the answer is, you see? Yeah. All right. And for B, now we're going to do B. Then I'm going to show you a short way of doing this, okay? But for now, we're going to be using these properties. Okay, so for B, we're going to be doing exactly the same. Okay, so for B, we have alpha is equal to 3 plus √2, comma, beta is equal to his conjugate. All right, and then we're going to do this straight away. Okay, so we're going to say minus B on A. Minus B on A is the sum of these two things. Okay, so we're going to add them together, and you can see that when you add alpha and beta, the answer is going to be 6. All right, because we're going to be adding this and this, so the answer is going to be 6. And then if you do C over A, we know that C over A is the multiplication of them. But when you do the multiplication, can you see that we're going to have the difference of 2 squares? Can you see that? Okay, so if you do the multiplication, then we're going to have 3 squared, which is 9, and then minus 2. The answer is going to be equal to 7. And again, I'm going to put this over 1 over 1. So therefore we have that A is equal to 1, B is equal to -6, and C is equal to 7. So conclusion, therefore my equation is x squared minus 6x plus 7 equal to 0. All right, now, can you see that this time you cannot find, because the roots are irrational. So you can see that in this case, it's no way that you're going to find two numbers that when you times them together equal to 7, and when you add them together is equal to -6, in the same way as we done that sort of, equation before. Okay, so if you are going to prove, that this is the correct equation, then you have to solve it. And we know that we cannot do the stuff that we do normally, so you're going to have to do the equation. Okay, can you please use, the formula. Use the formula to solve this equation and show that the answer are exactly what you have in there. Okay, go for it. So I want you to solve this equation using the formula. and find those two solutions and show that they are exactly that what they gave us. Okay, by now you should have finished it solving this equation. And do you get the same answers? Yes. Okay, there's no way that you're going to get something different. Okay, question 3. Okay, in question 3, they say one root of 5x squared plus 6x plus k equals 0 is double the other. And then the question say find the roots and the value of k. Okay? So we know that one root is double the other. So for example, one is going to be 2 and the other one is going to be 1, or 4 and 2, or 3 and 6. We don't know, but we know that one is double the other, right? So we need to find the value of k. So then we have the full equation. And then we have to actually find the roots. Okay. All right. Okay. So solution. We're going to say this. Let alpha, comma, 2 alpha be the roots of the equation. Okay, can you see that normally we say alpha and beta? All right, that's what we have all the time. But we know that beta is double alpha. So that's why I'm going to say, rather than saying alpha and beta, I'm going to say alpha and 2 alpha. Okay, because one is double the other. Okay, and then we need to find the answer for k. All right. So we have, instead of having alpha and beta, we have alpha and 2 alpha, but still we can say first alpha plus 2 alpha is equal to minus b on a. Okay, so we still can say that. But we know that negative b on a, so it's going to be negative 6 on 5. So we're going to say, by the way, in here we go alpha plus 2 alpha, so we can simplify to 3 alpha. So we're going to say 3 alpha. And then, well, that is going to be equal to, as I say, minus b on a. So it's going to be minus 6 on 5. So it's minus 6 over 5. So therefore, alpha is going to be equal to negative 6 over 5 divided by 3, or multiplied by 1/3. So what is the answer for that? It's going to be minus 2 over 5. All right? Okay, so we already know what...
What did you just do then to get that last answer?
Uh,
-6
yeah.
Alright, let me see it. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
if you divide a number by 3, shouldn't it be 1? It would be multiplying by 1 over 3, so the bottom number, denominator.
Okay, so dividing by 3. Okay, divided by 3 is like multiplied by 1/3.
Oh, yeah, you simplified it. Okay.
And then you simplify. Okay, so we got this. And then the other relationship is when you multiply them. Okay, so then we can say also, we know that when you multiply, so alpha multiplied by 2 alpha, that will give you the answer for C on A. So in this case, C is equal to K, so it's going to be K on 5. So it's going to be K on 5. But this is good because we already know the answer for alpha. Can you see that we already know the answer for alpha? Okay, so we're going to substitute that in here. So therefore, we're going to say negative 2 over 5 multiplied by 2 times negative 2 over 5 have to be K over 5. And we can get rid of the 5s altogether. So then we're going to have to multiply negative 2 times negative 2, which is equal to negative 8. Okay, so therefore, K is going to be equal to negative 8. Positive 8, that's correct, because it's negative. Yes, positive 8.
But wouldn't the 2 5s multiply?
Yeah, but can you say that if you multiply by 5? Okay, let's do it. I think that you're right. I think that I made a mistake. So let's do it step by step, otherwise. Yeah. So this will give you 8 over 25 is equal to K over 5. Yeah, that's better. Okay, and then we can cross multiply or we can divide by 25. It doesn't matter. So we're going to say 25K is equal to 40. Yeah, now we're going to get the right answer. So it's 40 over 25. I was too excited about it. All right, what's the answer for that? So you do 40 on 25. Can you please tell me the answer in fraction? 8 over 5. Yeah, 8 over 5, yeah, much better. All right, okay, but the question says that you're going to find also the roots of the equation. Okay, so we know that one is double the other, and we know that alpha is equal to negative 2 over 5. So also the roots are negative 2 over 5 and negative 4 over 5. Negative 4 over 5. Okay, so that means if you substitute, okay, so we need to fully understand the question. So that means that if you substitute if you substitute k equal 8 over 5 in this equation, so if you substitute the value of k in this equation and solve it, then you're going to have these two answers, right? So you need to understand, fully understand what is going on. All right, okay, so it gets a little bit more challenging every time. But before we do, the very hard one, I'm going to give you an easy one for practice. Okay, in here they say, so this is question 4. Find k if the equation if the equation 3x squared minus 4x plus k equals 0 has equal roots. All right, so that means that as a question 3, we know that the roots are always called alpha, beta, but in here, alpha and beta are the same, so you can say alpha and alpha. So you can say let alpha, comma alpha be the roots of this equation, and then you set up, the first property and the second property if you need to. Sometimes you do only one and that's it. Okay, so for solution, I will start it for you. So you're going to say let alpha, comma alpha be the roots of the equation. So again, then you set up, those properties, those two properties. Sometimes you need only one, and I reckon that is the case this time. Okay, so you're going to have alpha plus alpha. We know that is equal to, what is it? So it's going to be equal to 4 over 3 because it's minus b. So it's going to be 4 over 3. So therefore we have that 2 alpha is equal to 4 over 3. So alpha is going to be 2 over 3. Okay, so therefore alpha is going to be 2 over 3. Beautiful. Okay, and then you need to find the answer for k. How are you going to find the answer for k? By using the second property. So the properties say that when you multiply them, the answer is going to be C on A. You okay, Sarah? Tash, you okay? Morgan, right? Too easy. Too easy. Okay, so we're gonna finish this question. So second property say that when you multiply, the answer is C on A. So we're gonna say alpha multiplied by itself, so which is alpha squared, is gonna be equal to k on 3. But we already know that the answer for alpha is 2/3, so we're going to say 2/3 square is equal to k on 3. Okay, so that will give you 4 on 9 is k on 3. And then you cross multiply. So 9k is equal to 12, and then you can simplify 12 over 9, or k is equal to 4 and 3. Okay, so we have been doing, the sort of easy one just to get familiar with the whole thing. Okay, but be aware that you're going to have questions that are a little bit more challenging. All right. So I really want to do these easy ones, so then you, as I say, you get familiar with the properties, how we use them, how we set up, the solution and everything. Okay, so we're going to do one more and then we're going to pack up.
Can we do like one from like we did at the start? Like the squares and that?
Like which one?
Like we did for question 1.
All right, so when you have to...
Like after square plus
All right, okay. Let's see if I can find another one. Yeah. All right, in your textbook from question 10, okay, in the textbook from question 10, exercise 28.6, so you have the polynomial chapter, okay, and then you're going to go to exercise 28.6, and then in there is a question 10. Okay, question 10 say this. So just going to copy the question. Okay, the question say this. This is question 10 from exercise 28.6. Is that if alpha, comma, beta, comma, gamma are the roots of 3x cubed minus 6x squared plus 3x minus 1 equal 0, comma, find the values of, okay, a 1 over alpha beta plus 1 over beta gamma plus 1 over gamma alpha. And for B, you are going to find 1 over alpha, 1 over beta, and 1 over gamma. Okay, so when you have a situation like this, you gotta think about it and take it easy and relax. Okay, you need to relax because when you see this in here, you say, how am I going to do that? I know that alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b on a. I know all that stuff, but then how in the world am I going to find the answer for this? And believe it or not, but the answer for that question, again, if you just relax and think about it, is quite simple. And the reason why, because in here we're going to be adding this 3 fraction. And can anybody tell me what is the lowest common denominator for that sum?
Yeah, beta gamma.
Alpha, beta, gamma. Okay, so alpha, beta, gamma is the lowest common denominator for this. Okay, so we're going to say this. Okay, so if we know that alpha, beta, gamma is the lowest common denominator, so we are going to amplify. Okay, we are going to amplify this by what?
Gamma.
What? Yeah, can you see that we should amplify this fraction by gamma? So then we have alpha, beta, gamma. So we're going to say that is equal to gamma, and then we're going to have alpha, beta, gamma. And then obviously the other one have to be amplified by alpha. So we're going to say alpha, and then alpha, beta, gamma. And the other one have to be amplified by beta. Okay, so we're going to have beta, and then alpha, beta, gamma. And then in case that we have the same denominator, so we can put them together. Okay, so then we have that this is equal to alpha plus beta plus gamma, which is something that we know. And the bottom is going to be equal to alpha, beta, gamma, which is also something that we know. Good news. Right? Okay, so what is the answer for alpha plus beta plus gamma? That's correct. And in this particular case, it's going to be equal to 6 over 3, which is equal to 2. You see? That's what I've been telling you all along. Do not panic. Again, do not panic. All these questions are doable, but you need to think about it. Okay, so the next one, exactly the same. Yeah, so what is the lowest common denominator for that one? What is the lowest common denominator for B? What is it? Yeah, and then divide by, divide by alpha, beta, gamma, which is C on A, okay? So it's going to be, yeah, which is, what is it? 1 over 3, 1 third. So it's 1/3. Okay, and the answer for that is, well, 6, right? So that's 6. Okay, for B we have a similar situation. I really want to have the same denominator, and the lowest common denominator is going to be the same. It's going to be alpha, beta, gamma. Yeah, if you want to have the same thing. Okay, can you please do that? If you are going to have the same denominator, you have to multiply the first fraction by, you have to amplify. Beta gamma, okay, so you're going to have to amplify this fraction by beta gamma, and so on. Okay, so I think that you know what to do now. Okay, so we're going to continue with this next time. But for homework, I really want you to attempt as many questions as you can from 28.6. Any question that you cannot do, then we can do it in here, right? And that will be the lesson for today. Okay, Taj?